Hi, I'm Matthew with California Ag Network, and today Senator Jerry Moran from Kansas has been meeting with California dairymen, and he toured the student-run dairy at California State University, Fresno. He visited with several of the students and expressed his efforts to support agriculture and the farm bill currently pending the legislature.
It's a pleasure to be in Fresno, a particular pleasure to be here. I'm generally in California as a guest of the California Dairy. It was very pleasing to be invited by Fresno State, by the president, to see this program, to learn what is important here. All of agriculture is hoping for a bright future, and the ability to educate and train, to motivate students to pursue careers in agriculture, in my view, is a very noble undertaking, because it's a very noble profession. And while I haven't had a chance to tell the students that I listened to and visited with this morning how much I appreciate what I heard, I would use this as an opportunity to do that, to say that those who care about animals, who care about crops, who care about feeding people around the world, is a calling, a profession that is worthy of pursuing. Yes, sir. I mean, part of the conversation with the California Dairy Institute was about farm policy. A farm bill is pending in the Congress. Both the House and Senate have now passed farm bills. Conference committee appointed to reconcile the differences. Those differences have not yet been reconciled. Certainly there are provisions in that farm bill that deal with dairy policy, and that dairy policy is somewhat controversial. California dairymen generally are interested in the most free market oriented policies, the least intrusion from government, which expands their opportunity to export milk and milk products. And so that was one of the points that was made to me as we try to work out the differences, is the importance of that policy. And of course it's dairy policy that drives getting the farm bill done between now and the end of the year, because in its absence the old law takes its place, kicks in, and we have dairy policies that will be very detrimental to production agriculture, particularly to dairy, and even more importantly detrimental to consumers, with significant increases in price at the grocery store. So the dairymen that I visited with this morning, that was one of the components of our conversation. So there's about 3 weeks in December in which a farm bill could be concluded. My hope is that it does. I've had conversations with both the chairperson of the Senate Agriculture Committee, the chairman of the House Agriculture Committee, and both seem to be of the belief that it can and will be accomplished. In my view, this is an example of a piece of legislation that the dysfunction of Congress that we see so prevalent in so many arenas ought not come into play. This is the third farm bill while I've been in Congress. They're never particularly easy, but they're always accomplished. And I would hate to see a circumstance in which Congress reaches the conclusion that farm policy, the farm bill, is incapable of being resolved now after extensions, after 2 years of delay. In my view, it would be a very damning kind of outcome that this Congress can't get something done as important as a farm bill. And we ought to be able to, this is not a partisan issue. There's regional differences and commodity differences. The issue of how much money to spend in regard to nutrition and SNAP programs is certainly there. But this isn't the kind of problem that can't be resolved. And with a significant amount of willingness on the part of Republican and Democrat leaders and on members of the Agriculture Committee, this should be completed by the end of the year.
Dairymen as well as the students were grateful for Senator Moran's visit and hope that their voices will be heard in the White House as well as better represented in the state and Congress. I'm Matthew, CaliforniaAgNet.com.